Welcome back, this is Baller Scuba with more bonus episodes of Let's Play Final Fantasy VIII. I am joined, as always, by our champion cheating squad of Zell, Leo, and Maria. As you can see, I am low level, and I actually have the max cards. How is this possible? Like I said, cheating. Seed level, money. I've been cheating very intensely because this is the Steam version of the game, and to be honest, I didn't want to do it all legitimately over again. How far along in the game am I? I just got the Ragnarok. I'm on disc 3, towards the end of disc 3. This is where I want to do all the necessary grinding that I want to do throughout the rest of the game. I've been doing a lot of cheating outside of Steam. I do want to talk about the Steam version. You might notice that there is good music in the background. The Steam version does not normally come with good music. It comes with the same music that was used in the computer version in the year 2000, which is not good. But there is an easy to find mod to fix that. There's also an easy to find mod for HD backgrounds, but I didn't really want to go through that. The game was revolutionary and awesome at the time, but as you can see, it doesn't hold up. You can clearly see the polygons and all that, but this is a PlayStation 1 game after all. In terms of the cheating that I've been doing quite a bit. I want to talk about those before I go into what Steam allows you to cheat with, because they're actually built into the game, which is a little weird. The things that I've been doing is I gave myself the best magic in the game. So everybody has this already. You can see even Apocalypse I have, thanks to those cheats. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do a magic showcase like I wanted to. To be honest, I just don't have the time to get all 50 of the magics on all the characters and show them off, especially since I can only hold 32 of them at a time. So unfortunately, it's not going to be something that I can do. And I had originally intended to do that, but I will show off some of the higher end ones, especially in upcoming fights, but they're not going to be its own special video like I had thought. So these I just kind of gave to myself thanks to a trainer. Once again, very easy to find. For those of you that are unfamiliar with the term, a trainer is pretty much a separate program that you run before you run the game, and then you can hit little codes in the game to give you the cheats. I gave myself magic, I gave myself money, I gave myself the seed level because I wanted to, I gave myself all the cards. The cards in particular are crazy. It gave me 100 of all the monster cards, and then 1 of all the rare cards. Unfortunately, it can't give me 100 of each of the rare cards, because that actually breaks the game, but 100 is conceivable. I also gave myself, I should say, all of the items. It gave me 100 of each. I've been using them from time to time to get a couple things done, but I will be using these to show off certain things, especially that Gasol greens. I'll go over that later in this video. Phoenix Pinions we had, I show off eventually what they do. Friendship, once again, we'll go over later. But yeah, I had to use a lot of amnesia greens. Lots of amnesia greens. Lots and lots of everything. All of this, wait, or a Halkin? Whatever. All of this really with one button combination. Oh, the ribbon ability. So good. Could not get that in the regular version of my playthrough. But with a simple, I think it was like Shift F something, I was able to give it to myself. Way more than I should be able to. I was also able to teach Quistis every one of her blue magics, which I was not able to do during the course of the regular playthrough, but we will. Did I get? Yeah, she knows Gatling gun. So that's how I'm going to be able to show off the limit breaks for Quistis, which I will do. Once again, limit break special coming up. I recorded quite a bit of that, but it still requires more work from me, unfortunately. So with all this, including Chocobo's tags, You can change the chocobo's names. Why would I want to do that 100 times? 100 Solomon's rings, 100 magical lamps. Some of these are flat out useless, especially these stat ones. And because I've really got, well, 100 magazines of each. I read all those. Unfortunately, it didn't count Timber Maniacs. I noticed that as I was going through the game. Didn't count that. In terms of stats, I'm maxed for all the important ones except for HP. Evasion and hit percentage, I don't really care about all that much. I can find junctions to get those up to where I want it to go. But the HP, unfortunately, I am going to have to go out of my way to get that. In terms of Guardian Forces, once again, cheated to get all of them. I still had to go get Odin, and I'll have to turn that into Gilgamesh. And then, of course, all the ones that come from items, I will have to do as well. I don't think I went over that before. And then I also used a cheat to get them up to max compatibility. And I believe it was 250 AP per fight that was able to get me all of the abilities that I wanted. Of course, I will cheat some more to set this up to have a full party. As it stands right now, I pretty much have everything on one person, and that would be Leo, who, as you can see, even with full life at a low level, isn't able to get the max HP nor max evasion, even though Tornado, if I remember correctly, was the best junction for that. But, kind of weird that I didn't do that fully, but nonetheless, that is the cheating that I have done. I've gone through the game as quickly as I can. End of disc 3, 6.5 hours. Don't think that's too bad. There's still work I need to do, though. That's the crazy thing. That's why I had to kind of put off the magic showcase. Simply because of that. But that's all the cheating that I did outside of the game. The cheating that you can do in the game is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The first thing that you can do, and that's why this video is cropped a little strangely with the bar on the bottom, so you can see this. When I hit the F1 button, it turns on high speed. So now I run faster than I should, right? This is, hold on. This is high speed. This is not. So I've been cruising through the game on high speed because I'm pretty much cheating. The game actually allows me to cheat worse than I had anticipated cheating through this, because that's just one of them. This is hard built into the game as is. If I hit F2, it turns on assist. Now assist is crazy. I believe I can get into fights. I don't have encounter none on right now. There we go. Assist is insane. Why would they allow you to do this? This is something that boggles my mind. But when I have assist on, I can always use limit breaks. Also, they will never hit me. And I believe I can do... No, I can't do max damage. However, if I turn off assist, it retains it? It retains it for that one turn. If I turn off assist and hit F3, now I will do max damage. Every time. Every time. So if I turn both of them on, I will always do max damage, and I will always do a limit break. And if I remember right, the enemy can't hit me. Remember, these are hard-coded into the system. I don't get this. But to be honest, I still say that the Steam version is superior to the other versions of the game, the PC version, and really the version that I was doing before. I didn't realize that all of this was built into the game. I'm not sure if I would have used all of it, but I definitely would have used the high speed. And honestly, looking back, if I were to do the Final Fantasy VIII Let's Play over again, I'd do the Steam version, and I would just deal with not having save states. I think that it wouldn't have been too bad, too taxing on me, but when I was looking into it, I was thinking that, well, number one, there was no high speed in it. I didn't realize that it had that. But also, the cards in particular, I felt like I needed save states for the cards. So since I have gotten all this way, I do want to show off one thing, because as much as you think that I've been cheating, the game allows me to cheat even further. If I hit F4, Guardian Force's levels and AP will be max. Are you sure? You cannot undo this action. They make it sound like it can't ever be undone, but clearly you have to save the game or it won't save this. So let's go ahead and do it. I have to move. I have to do this with the keyboard. It's kind of weird. I mapped the controller, but it doesn't necessarily work properly. All right, so I have done it. Let's take a look at our Guardian Forces. And you can see that they're all now at level 100. Now, I didn't do this for the showcase video, so a lot of them aren't going to be doing max damage or anything close to that. But to be honest, I didn't want them all to do max damage. I felt like that would have been a little weird. As you can see, I already have max compatibility, so they went fast. So just one button, and like, I'm the most powerful being in the game. Unfortunately, they don't do that for your characters, which I understand the reasoning for, but to be honest, especially with Selphie's Limit Break, I want them to be high level, and that's going to take me a little bit of time. So I'm going to have to go level grind, thanks to Assist and 9999, though. It shouldn't take me too long. Even with max stats, I wasn't doing max damage, but I can easily turn that on. Now, that was F4. Is that it? I think there's more. F5? There we go. Magic and Gil will be max. Are you sure? You cannot undo this action. They don't necessarily mean you'll get the best magic in the game this way. So honestly, me doing this will do nothing for me. They mean that whatever magic you have, they'll put it back up to 100. So if I use a couple meltdowns, I can hit this button and get my meltdowns back. Really strange how much they let you cheat in this. And they do encourage it. I mean, these are not things that are hard to find. They're ingrained into the game. It's on the manual. Very strange. What is also in the game that I did show off before was Chocobo World. Chocobo World is, as I've gone over before, it's pretty much a memory card that is also a Tamagotchi. Tamagotchi, as I went over before, I think I went over it before. It was pretty much a virtual pet that was popular when I was a kid. I don't remember how old I was. I had one. I have no idea where it is. It's dead. Like, even the battery died by now. You would strap it onto your hip, and then you'd have to feed the pet every once in a while. I think they made one of Pikachu eventually, but this was before Pokemon came out. But anyway, Chocobo World is pretty much the same thing. I have it running in the background right now because having the Chocobo, I should say, level up through that will allow me to have better summons. It makes no sense. But the items that I kind of pointed out before, the ones that are listed, where are they? The ones that are listed here, there they are. Okay, Mog's Amulet. The Guardian Force learns the Mini Mog ability. This is only going to be available if you import it from Chocobo World. So I'm going to kind of go out of my way to get that done and make sure I understand what this is, because this is brand new to me. I never had Chocobo World, and I never cheated this hard before. But once again, it made it very easy for me. Then, where are the... Oh, ribbons. Once again, you will need to import these in from Chocobo World. The way that it works, and I'll show it off later, is you need to go to a Chocobo forest, and you need to clear it. Well, the easy one is, if you remember, by the Shumi village. So go do that one. That's the easiest one to finish. And then you can import items that your Chocobo has found in Chocobo World. And every once in a while you get a ribbon. Ribbon, just like pretty much every Final Fantasy game, is immunity to most statuses. In this game, it will not make you immune to death, but outside of that, you're pretty much set. So you're gonna want that. You're going to want that, especially if you're trying to go for like everybody being perfect for you. Now, I've definitely passed it here. Definitely passed it. Where are they? There we go. Passed it a while ago. Okay, the Gisol greens, Gisol greens, these are indeed Chocobo related. I do not believe you need to get these in Chocobo World. However, using this item will use a Chocobo summon in the game. Now, the Chocobo summon has a random move that it does. Typically, it'll use Choco Flare. That is all that it does until you get to level 50. It's ridiculous. So once again, this might take me a while to get done. I'm a Chocobo, if I remember right, is only level 20, because every once in a while there will be an important event that I need to stop, that he'll just stop everything and I need to hit OK with. So he got up to level 20. I need him up to probably level 100 in order to get everything that I want. He'll use Choco Fire up to level 50. After level 50, he uses Choco Flare, and then honestly, I'm not entirely sure what levels the next two come. The next two attacks are Choco Meteor and Choco Buckle. Unfortunately, the only information that I could find on it stopped giving information on the Chocobo summon, because this is kind of rare stuff. So I will get up to level 100, and I will do my best to show off all of that. The Phoenix Pinion, once again, I will show off. We got those in the game. Friendship, however, you will need to import from Chocobo World. This will actually bring in a Moomba for you, and a Moomba will show up in Chocobo World, I believe, like I showed off before. And honestly, though, even if you have Gisol greens and you use them in the battle, if you haven't imported data from Chocobo World, it does not matter what you do. It doesn't matter at all. I will also get the Moomba up to level 100 because I believe it's the same level as the Chocobo. And we'll see if there's anything else that happens when I use Moomba. But all I know for sure is that it summons the Moomba and it does a Moomba. Whatever that is, it's just like kicks or something. But that is the Steam version of the game. Once again, kind of weird. I, once again, cheated my ass off to get here, and I'm going to do my best to cheat even more, making sure that everybody, well, at least the important people, get up to max HP so that I can take on Omega Weapon again, because we will go through the end of the game again, and I don't want to have to use assist and 9999, because even for me that seems cheap. And those are the things that are in the game. It's so weird. But that is the Steam version of the game. I did want to talk about it. Did want to talk about my reasonings for not using it, because honestly, looking back, I definitely should have. But by the time that I realized how much better this version was and how many technical problems I was going to be having throughout the Let's Play, it was too late for me to switch. You know, by the time I'm halfway through Disc 2, it's kind of too late for me to go back and do everything over again. So I do apologize for that, and I would highly recommend that you use the Steam version if you are playing the game. But for whatever reason, the only thing that has lagged for me in this version has been the Eden summon. I'm not entirely sure why. Everything else works fine, so I'm gonna find somebody else's version, and I'm gonna have to use that, unfortunately. But with that done, that is going to do it for these bonus parts of Let's Play Final Fantasy VIII. I've been Ballerscoop. I've been joined, as always, by my soon-to-be even more overpowered champions of Zell, Leo, and Maria, Irvine, Quistis, and Selphie. You might get some work as well. Well, not Quistis. Selphie needs it, Maria needs it, and then Zell and Irvine, of course, need it. But that is going to do it for these parts. Hope you laughed. Hope you learned. Hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.